Good Friday evening, everyone. Appreciate you tuning in. I'm Nathan Burks with Alabama Stormtroopers. Joining me tonight, as always, is Jacob Hamilton. Uh, Lots to talk about this evening as we are on the edge of a very dangerous severe weather outbreak for much of the southeast tonight and tomorrow. Uh, what you're seeing behind me right now is actually live radar from Missouri. We just have a tornado emergency. This particular storm here, has had a confirmed tornado with it for much of the night tonight. It's not looking as good as it did a while ago, but it is still producing damage. Let's just take a look at this real quick while we got it here. Let's take a look at the correlation coefficient because I don't see the debris ball that was on here with it earlier. But let's take a look at velocity, and definitely have some rotation there near Edgar Springs, just to the west of Edgar Springs, near south of Waynesville, Missouri. This is the type of environment that is coming our way. This is, again, this is far back to the west. This is inside the moderate risk area that was defined by the SPC for today. We'll back this back out and take a look at back at home here just for a second. Let's go. I'm going to throw the composite radar on here and then come on home. Right now, no active watches or warnings for the state of Alabama. This is composite radar. We do start to see, this is tonight's event that's kind of taking shape back across the Mississippi Delta. We're watching these storms and showers, a line of showers and storms starting to form along the Mississippi River from about Memphis down to Greenville. Right now, no active warnings with this, but there is a severe thunderstorm watch up to the north and a tornado watch to the south. That is the yellow. And the thunderstorm watch is to the pink to the north. And we're just going to have to keep an eye on these things overnight as they make a march to the east. The SPC has defined an area of enhanced risk for the northern third of northwest Alabama. Let's go ahead and I'll throw that on here real quick, do a little bit of real-time tracking here. Let's take these watches and warnings off, and we're going to go and throw our convective outlooks on here. This is the current outlook per the SPC. You got the moderate risk that extends all the way down into South Mississippi, south of Jackson or Hazelhurst. Outside of that, the level 3 out of 5 enhanced risk for areas like Florence, Muscle Shoals, Hamilton, back to Jasper, down to Tuscaloosa, Demopolis, and back to points west. This includes areas along US 84 or US 84 down in Mississippi near Macomb and Hattiesburg. And then you have outside of that, the further you go east into Alabama, you have the level 2 out of 5 slight risk and the level 1 out of 5 marginal risk. As this line progresses to the east, it's going to run into a more stable atmosphere tonight. The air back to the west is more primed for severe weather. So that's the reason you have the enhanced risk back to the west. Now let's take a look, and let me pull my screen up over here. Let's go back and look at some of what everybody's worried about, and that is tomorrow. This is the outlook from the Storm Prediction Center out of Norman, Oklahoma for tomorrow. We're going to go, let's see here. Let's go full screen with this. Pull my controls here. That's a different graphic system here. So tomorrow is the day that everybody's concerned about. This is a rare level 5 out of 5 high risk that has been defined by the Storm Prediction Center for a majority of central Alabama. This area goes from about just south of Gadsden, Anniston, back towards Tuscaloosa, down towards Demopolis, all the way down to Hattiesburg, back up to Jackson, Columbus, and around Coleman. Please do not get caught up in colors and lines and where this is. The point we're trying to stress to get across to you guys is that this is a statewide severe weather outbreak. All modes of severe weather are possible, and this is something that we need to take very, very, very seriously. This is a dangerous setup. This is probably the most dangerous setup that we've had since 2021. The last time we had a day 2 high risk, which is what this is, the way the Storm Prediction Center does things, they issued today 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. is day 1. Tomorrow is day 2, so 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. They've issued, this is a day 2 high risk. The last time this happened was March the 25th, 2021. And if you recall, if you're from Alabama, you recall that was the day that we had a tornado that touched down in the suburb of Birmingham that went through Pelham, Indian Springs area, and went through the Eagle Point subdivision over on Highway 280 near 119. It also, that same storm ended up killing some people in the Hatchie area. So this is that same type of environment. This is a very dangerous environment. Expect all modes of severe weather tomorrow. That includes large hail. When I say large hail, we're looking at baseball to grapefruit size hail in some of these storms. Very large hail. Damaging winds. We've already seen a lot of damaging winds just outside of the storm threat, just with this area of low pressure that has been forming. Back in Texas today, if you watch one of the live streams that Steve did on our on the Stormtrooper Network page earlier today, he was discussing the dust storm that happened in Texas. There was a 40 car pileup that resulted from a dust storm, and we had fatalities with that. And that's just the gradient winds blowing at 60, 70 miles an hour. The straight line winds with these storms is going to be, that is anything over 58 miles an hour. And very high winds are going to be associated with these storms, even if you don't see a tornado. But the tornadoes that we do see tomorrow are not going to be the small ones that are typically associated with wintertime systems here in the South. These are going to be our typical springtime tornadoes. They're going to be large, they're going to be long track, and some of them are going to be violent. That is to say, they could be EF3 or greater inside that inside the high risk area.